This week on Willful, we're talking to Angela Misri, a Toronto-based journalist, podcaster, and mystery writer, and the author of the Portia Adams Adventure Series. Why was writing for a young adult audience important to you?
It wasn't at all.
Okay.
I didn't intend to. I totally didn't intend to. I wrote my first book, like I said, in moleskin notebooks, and I started sending it out to agents and publishers, and the ones that were getting back to me were all YA, between agents or publishers. And eventually, when I did hone it down to like 3 or 4 that I was thinking of, I actually asked a few of them, I don't understand why this is going so YA. I never wrote this for 13-year-olds. I wrote this for me, a 40-year-old woman. And their answer was, your voice is very young. So not only do you not write about sex and violence very much, like all that stuff happens off page on my stories, but also my voice seems to be young. I'm always exploring, I'm always growing. That's what my characters do. So it turns out my voice is young. I had no idea. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I still read comic books. Maybe that was all an indication of the same thing. Who knows?
Was there a book you loved growing up where you traded places with the male hero because the female equivalent didn't exist?
Other than Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Probably every story, right? Like The Hobbit. Absolutely. I wanted to be Samwise Gamgee, interestingly. I didn't want to be Frodo. Or I wanted to be Gandalf. I would have loved to be Gandalf. There are a lot of stories like that. Nancy Drew would have been an example of one where I felt most aligned, but I also felt more aligned with the Hardy Boys because Nancy Drew was so perfect.
Yeah.
Like she would walk around with her perfect, red golden hair and her gorgeous convertible, and that wasn't my life. Like I didn't understand that. So yeah, there's a lot of stories that growing up that you put yourself in. I don't know if this is true of a lot of other mystery writers. I was a huge Stephen King fan. I still am a huge Stephen King fan. Not just because of his mystery stories, because he does write those, but also his horror stories, because he had strong antagonists and strong protagonists that I saw myself in. Again, very outsider. He writes very good outsiders. So those were the ones.
In the 19th century, adventurous girls in novels were always presented as tomboys. Did you want to get away from that stereotype?
I guess I wasn't a tomboy. I appreciated the feminine parts of my body and my feminine parts of my personality. Yeah. I didn't think about it a lot. Again, I knew that I wasn't going to be the Nancy Drew type of detective, that she was very flouncy and feminine and overtly feminine. I knew that, but I also knew that being super logical meant that you put aside a lot of things, including some of the stuff that you might call feminine, like an emphasis on how you look or anything like that. So it was very much based on me. My sister, for example, is very feminine compared to me. She is very stylish, and she's the type of person who'll take a picture and be like, you need to put this together with this and those earrings, and she'll send it to me and be like, wear this. Meanwhile, I'm like, I managed to brush my hair today, aren't I exceptional? So Portia, again, is modeled after me. So if you would call me a tomboy, then I guess you'd call her one, but neither of us really are. We're just people who are really logical and think more about other things. We get focused on other things. We get curious about things and we follow them. Right. And we might not be wearing the right clothes to do that.
Yes. Yeah, it's beside the point. You're living from the inside out, not the outside in.
It's true.
Yeah.
One of my markers that I have on my t-shirt is follow the detective in sensible pumps, because that's all I want to do. If I'm going to go down and follow someone down a dark alley, I've got to make sure I'm wearing the right shoes. It's not about how I look. It's can I run past that guy? Yes, I can.
Was part of your goal to write books that normalize female independence and intelligence?